Her name was Adam, and she was the last robot on Earth. Her name was Eve, and she was the last woman on Earth. The two, who should have relied on each other for survival, found themselves embroiled in a suspenseful battle between human and machine due to a small oversight. In 2026, nuclear war broke out on Earth, and nuclear radiation spread across the globe. The Arctic ice caps melted, releasing ancient viruses. Some wealthy and powerful individuals built spaceships and fled Earth. But there was only one Earth. Where could they escape to? Atop a mountain stood a temporary shelter, high enough to avoid the contaminated zones. This was where Eve lived. Her only companion was Adam, the military robot her father had left her. Every so often, Eve would drive out to search for supplies. Adam would thoughtfully remind her of the precautions needed when entering contaminated areas. Eve drove to town and searched the supermarket, but 2 years had passed since the nuclear war, and there were very few usable items left. Although she didn't find food, she still collected plenty of materials. Returning to base, she went through the usual process of verifying the password with Adam. Only after passing Adam's authentication could she enter the base. At night, Eve constantly called out on the radio, but for 2 whole years, no one ever responded. Was she really the only person left on Earth? Eve's spirits hit rock bottom once again. Fortunately, she had a talkative robot by her side for company. She thought life would continue this way. However, one day while repairing the base, Eve accidentally walked out of the safe zone. When she returned, Adam asked her for the password. Eve irritably recited the password, but Adam rejected it. Eve repeated the password, but it was still wrong. Adam immediately activated defense mode. Only then did Eve remember the password was dynamic, changing every 3 months. The new password was in the notebook inside the house. No matter how she explained, Adam wouldn't let her set foot in the base. Eve was furious, but she had no other choice. She could only retreat outside the safe zone. After half an hour, Adam's defense mode would automatically deactivate. Soon, the half hour passed. Eve returned again and recited every password she could think of, but they were all wrong. Adam's defense mode reactivated. Eve had to withdraw from the safe zone once more. This time, she had to wait 12 hours for Adam to deactivate defense mode. In the meantime, she tried countless times but failed each attempt. The third day quickly arrived. Starving and parched, Eve couldn't take it anymore. She drove the car straight at Adam. Adam fired back. Just before the car exploded, Eve leaped out. After the explosion, Eve dragged her exhausted body towards the base. But after a few steps, she passed out. She slowly regained consciousness the next day. But before long, Adam appeared before her again. As a last resort, she tried asking Adam for some water, but it still refused. Eve completely lost hope. Nobody knew how much time passed. While patrolling, Adam discovered Eve had stopped breathing.